Andrew Horn. He is the founder of Tribute.com, right?
Yeah, and I've met Andrew at a party.
Yeah,
and
welcome,
he was able to
Andrew.
explain-
Okay, what's with the hat? No, I'm going to start with the hat.
What's happening with the hat is that my wife has great fashion sense, and this was my Christmas present, so thank you to
Does she always dress you? Because you were well dressed when I met you as well.
There's a funny story behind that, which is that, so we've been dating for, well, now we're married, so we've been together for 8 years. But when we were moving to New York from DC, which is where I was running my last company, we were moving, and I was like, I got to go back and pack up all my stuff. And my wife was like, you know what? Let's just leave it. We'll just start fresh. And so when I moved to New York, I got to pick out all new clothes, and I learned the most important lesson about fashion, which is that it doesn't matter how it looks, it matters how you feel. And so now I just ask myself, how does it make me feel?
So that has a lot to do with your business because you make people feel certain things. Tell us about it.
I try to make people feel loved and connected, and so far I think we're doing a pretty good job about it. So Tribute, the New Yorker just wrote an article about us. They called us Hallmark for the digital age. And so the idea of it is that, Julia, when's your birthday?
That's a secret.
Is that a secret?
His birthday.
I'm July 14th. Okay. Bastille Day.
July 14th. We don't need the year. You know what I mean? But so we'll say July 14th.
I know how old you are.
So imagine David waking up on his birthday. And he wakes up and he gets this video. And in this video, he's got, let's say, 30 one-minute videos from everyone you love telling you exactly why you're awesome. So that's a tribute video. And so we built a piece of technology that automatically invites your friends, collects the videos, edits them into one montage. You can give it as a gift. And so as of today, we've given 250,000 of those videos. And, we have this amazing statistic called TOJ, and it stands for Tears of Joy. And so after 250,000 of these videos, 80% of those recipients have cried tears of joy after watching their video.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that is really nice. How do you get people to believe it, though?
To believe it? What do you mean, that people love them? Well,
yeah. I mean, of course, they have people who love them, but it's like, are they just making up stuff to say good things to say about them, or how do they know?
I think that one of the biggest things that Tribute does is that it gives people permission to share the appreciation, the love, the kind feelings
they might not otherwise bring up
inside of them, because there can be some nerves around telling someone like, hey, here's why I think you're awesome, because are you going to make them uncomfortable? Are they going to say something back? And so the idea of Tribute gives people permission to share the stuff that's already inside of them. And if there's nothing there, then they don't have to submit a video. But so often what happens is simply giving people the permission to tell someone why you think they're awesome, how they've contributed to your life, why you love them, makes it that much easier. And once you've done it once, it sets this beautiful snowball effect where once you've shared that appreciation for someone, it makes it easier for them to share it back. It's a new plane of the depth of communication that you can come back to over and over again in the relationship. You want to play a game?
Yeah, sure.
What's your favorite thing about David?
I host with him. He makes my life really easy. I just show up. I don't do anything.
There you go.
That's your favorite thing about me?
No, I appreciate that. Yeah.
That I facilitate.
And also, he tells me that I can call him for whatever, and I don't.
No.
Because I'm,
Julia is fiercely independent.
But, yeah.
David makes your life
Easier.
And he makes you feel that. So how does it feel when your life is just easy?
I love doing what I do, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you make that possible. And so David, what's your favorite thing about Julia?
God.
I think I respect that Julia is a committed person, and she's her perspicacity. I think, she's just the hardest working person I know.
Amazing.
So yeah, I respect her for that. I feel like sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I need to be like Julia. I need to be more committed. I'm not intense enough. She she is so committed to this profession. She's so committed to the audience.
Yeah.
She cares about what the audience thinks.
Beautiful.
She cares about educating people. She cares about the trade. And our trade, every year, there's 7,000 less jobs in journalism. And Julia's like, I don't care what this is.
I don't even call myself a journalist, but TV in general.
Right, of course. It's just in this sector, whatever you want to call it, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
And and it's like anyone else would let them affect them.
Yeah.
Julia doesn't. Julia doesn't care about the realities, about anything. She's not in it for the money. She's not in it for the attention. She's in it because she believes in what we do.
Yeah.
So can I just point something out? All that was in David. He feels so much about you and why you're amazing. And all I had to do was put a simple question out there, and now he got to say all that stuff. And how does it feel to receive that?
It feels pretty pretty good.
Right? Maybe a little weird, a little uncomfortable, but that's okay.
I've said this on, this show many times. Like, I always tell our producers, I really appreciate them, and our
Thanks, guys.
producers include, our tech people, our bookers, David, as the
Julia treats
yeah.
the staff
So,
really nice.
because
and,
without
yeah.
them, I wouldn't be sitting here like, I didn't call you to come here,
Yeah.
right? Somebody else did.
Totally.
I just showed up. I'm like, oh, what's your name? Oh, hi, nice to meet you. That's my job, and my job is really easy.
One of-
right?
one-
And I appreciate that.
Totally.
And I really appreciate that.
And I think that's one of my favorite sayings with tribute is we say, if you have anything nice to say it all. And we grew up with the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And what I say is if you have anything nice to say, like if you're watching this and you're at work and you have like an assistant, a front desk agent, someone who's custodial at your job, and you're like, hey, thank you for doing that. It really makes me feel great to come to a clean office. It makes me feel really great that I don't have to do some of these other tasks. It makes me easier to do my job. If you have anything nice to say for someone you work with, for someone that you live with, for a friend, a family member, there's no reason to keep that inside. No reason. You think about any time someone's ever come to you and said, here's why I appreciate you. It's been awesome. And so that's what tribute is that we're taking a stand to make it easier for people to share the love, the appreciation that's inside of us, but that we don't know how to communicate. And so that's really the mission that we're on.
So I met Andrew actually physically at a party. I booked
Okay.
him. Everyone at that party was like him. Like the
a good party.
positivity in there was just like, I left that party thinking, I'm not positive enough. And
okay.
I'm pretty positive.
Yeah.
So thank you for inspiring me to be more positive, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely. And
We
it's,
all need to be a little bit more positive.
we can be. No one needs to be anything, but it's just like if you open up to it, like you'll see that appreciation is one of the foundational elements of meaningful connection. And we exist in a time today where, 50% of millennials identify as lonely. And one of the easiest things we can do to add depth to our relationships is just to tell people why we appreciate them. It's that when we know that we mean something to somebody, it's easier to feel more connected, to depend on that person, to communicate with that person, to show up for them. And so, in any of your relationships, whether those are professional, personal, sharing appreciation is one of the most powerful things that we can do. And it's just answering one of those questions. Why do you appreciate this person? How have they impacted your life positively? And just allowing yourself to open up to it.
Wow. Well, on that note, Andrew, thank you. Oh, how do we check out Tribute?
Yeah, totally. So it's tribute.co. And so right now, if you go to tribute.co and you enter the code BOLD at checkout, you're going to get 25% off your order. So go ahead and check that out. But whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, you have a parent with, an important birthday coming up, we call it the most meaningful gift on earth. And, $25 to do it yourself, $100 our team takes care of every aspect for you. And again, for the people you care about, something they deserve to experience while they are still alive. Oftentimes we call it like the living eulogy. It's like, don't wait until someone's gone to tell them everything that they mean to you. Let's do it now.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.